So, where were you last week?
What?
Where were you last week?
I was fucking sleeping.
I know.
I know.
I'm
sorry.
Carter says fuck you and kick you in the nuts virtually.
Oh, really?
Because he was so sad on Friday. He's like, maybe I missed it. And so he's like, Saturday. He was telling me this on the phone, and he's like, okay, so Saturday. He's literally saying this to me, and he's like, I'm so upset. And so I told him the story. I said, man, he's been working his ass off, blah, blah, blah. He's like laughing. He's like, oh, that motherfucker, will tell him. I kick him in the nuts, and I'm looking forward to this week. And I said, no problem, man. So I said I'd start the show off with that. But yeah, you've been working hard. So
yeah, no, it's been a kind of a shit show lately. I've been having to pick up like 2 people's worth of work because I just had a coworker leave the company, and she was the only other person that worked in my department.
Permanently leave?
Yeah, she's gone.
Oh, well,
yeah, she resigned. Yep.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah. I mean, and I hope she does well. You know, I hope things get better for her. Clearly, you know, the job was getting to a point where it was just too stressful and shit happens.
That'll happen, bro.
Yeah. So, you know, just picking up a lot of hours, a lot of work. The baby. The other night I was ready to go too, man. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm been depressed today because it's just been such a shit show, and I just want to go talk with my buddy and have a good old podcast, you know, because it's always fun, always very funny.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, no, we were watching a movie, and we just eat dinner. It was like 9 o'clock, and I was out cold. So was she.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. And I wake up and it's like 12:30, and I've got a message from my buddy. Where are you?
Yeah, I sat down here for about 2 hours, and then I finally gave up.
Sorry, man.
I just chilled and listened to music. Because it's hard to tell whenever it's like going to be like 9-ish. It'll be more like 10. Sometimes it's as late as 11. So for the longest time, I was just like, I'm not going to bug him. But I kept checking in on your Facebook Messenger, like profile status, like how long it's been since you've been online. And when it hit a couple hours, I was like, yeah, that motherfucker's asleep for sure. Let's see. Hey, seems like you fell asleep. 10 minutes later, motherfucker hasn't seen that. Yeah, this dude's asleep.
Yeah, but not much later.
It was half an hour, like, 40 minutes.
Shit.
If that.
I was like, oh shit. Oh, I gotta go. And I was like, Jess, get your ass to bed. Take the pups. I gotta go downstairs.
Yeah, and then we ended up playing games because it was late. And at that point, I'd shut all the shit down here, and I was not gonna do it again. I was like, fuck it. I wanted to play games so bad anyway. I do right now too, but I'm sitting strong for the podcast. But man, I got a great fucking. I did only one run today as a scav, and I walked out with like a couple $100,000 worth of some PMC shit that was just laying there on him.
Really?
Yeah, dude, his gun, his whole fucking kit. The fucking chest plate alone, resale value, no damage, was like 230,000 rubles or something.
Really?
I was like,
so it was one of those like
the plate
carrier ones.
Yeah, dude, I can't even imagine what that costs in game. For people who don't know, Escape from Tarkov is a shooter game that's pretty intense.
Dude, we've been playing, and what's funny is we've been playing this game since what?
A long
2020, 19?
Yeah, I think the first time it got hot on Twitch, which was around that time.
Dude, I played it on this crappy laptop, and we still won. Like, we were getting in and out of there doing awesome.
Yeah, things were a lot different then, though, in the game. It was easier to get.
No, it's very intense
access
now.
To the fucking flea market and shit. Now it's level 15, and it's just like, I'm such a fucking loot goblin in those types of games that I'm just like, I don't really want to lose anything. So I'll do as much as I can to not lose much. My fucking loot thing is so full right now, I don't even know what to get rid of. It really
Yeah.
is. It's
I
going to be a
gotta
process.
organize up.
But yeah, it's a fun game. So we played that, which was fun because like I was saying to Carter earlier on the phone today that like this is more like a therapy session than anything. Like it's a podcast and it's meant to be entertaining, but it's like my weekly fucking reprieve.
Yeah, that's exactly how I look at it. It's like this is my only chance to kind of be Bubba, shoot
Nerd
the
out
shit
a
with my
bit.
buddy, and just chill out,
Talk
man.
about interesting shit that interests us. It's like
Yeah,
I've got plenty of friends, but I don't have friends around here that I can hang out with. And you're an hour and a half in one direction around.
yeah,
So like
and you're like
you're
my
not
only
super.
friend.
Yeah, you're like my only friend in the area. So it's like,
You know,
yeah, kind of sucks. So
yeah.
this is
I
all
mean,
we
I've
get.
got my road buddies and everything, and I
Oh
miss
yeah,
them. Oh my god, I miss my road dudes.
always.
And
There's good friend
it's
as
just
any.
we don't.
It's,
And I'm terrible at it. I'm terrible at keeping up with.
me too.
Terrible at keeping up with people.
Yep.
I got to get way better at that. And
That's
I
something I wanna
apologize
do.
if any of my homies are watching or if you ever plan on watching. Dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. But it's also hard because it's the same thing like when you're on the road and you start losing contact with people back home. It's the same
Yeah.
fucking idea, but just reverses, you know? So it makes it difficult. Like I love all the people that I love and I've worked with. And I wish I could fucking hang out with them every day, like Carter, Charlie, fucking Martin, all these fucking people. Like I couldn't even list you how many people I'd love to run into just on the street occasionally because we live within a fucking set area, but we don't. We're like spread all over the fucking country. Some in Canada. Fucking some friends, fucking Jeremy. He's in Australia. You know, like there's a good chance I'm not gonna see him for a long time, if ever again.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up. But that's just how it is. Not a lot of tours that I've worked on in the past have gone to Australia, so that's what I have to hope for because this shit's so expensive. It'd take me years to fucking save up to do that kind of shit. Or just blow a fucking shit ton of a year's worth of money when I really have other things I need to be focusing on right now, like getting my own place, my own house. No more renting.
Absolutely.
So it's fucking weird. So it's like as much as I love and I care about all these people, it's like I also am the type of guy that I've literally looked at the phone and been like, I've been thinking about someone for a couple days. I should reach out. What if it's a bad time? And then I end up talking myself out of fucking doing it in the first place because I'm worried that I'm going to inconvenience them. Double mindfuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
You probably know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say a lot of people have that same thing because, it's not like any of these people are necessarily getting a hold of me either.
Right.
But I know if I were to reach out to them, I'm sure they'd be like, "Oh, Bubba,
Yeah.
oh, hey, how you doing, buddy?" And it'd be really great. But we all get caught up in our lives, and
Mhm.
you get
It snowballs
into this one little bubble, and there you are.
Right. Yeah. So it's like the other day we hung out with Tom and Molly for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was actually nice. Sometimes I get uncomfortable if there's a lot of alcohol being drank, and they like to have their drinks. But I was actually enjoying the company more anyways, just because it's lonely sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I totally get that.
I spend a good portion of my day completely alone because of how weird my schedule is compared to the rest of the households.
Right.
Right? So there's only a few hours a day that I get human interaction for 6 days out of the week. And then the seventh day I get a little bit of that interaction. Then I have this. That's all I have.
Yep.
That's literally all I have. And it kind of fucking, it weighs on you at times. It sucks. What are you going to do? Drugs. Drugs. No, never. Definitely not drugs. But that's why but it's been weirder recently. Like I've been trying to sit down and play games a lot. I haven't even not really interested. I've actually done a little more watching things. I'm sorry, no Peacemaker yet. That's on the next two list. But I saw that movie with Daniel Radcliffe,
Yeah, you
being
told me that
dead.
was a good watch.
It was a good watch. It was fucking weird and different, and I think that's why I enjoyed it. It didn't seem like a carbon copy of any other movie I'd ever seen.
Yeah, just like Existence. It's its own thing.
Yeah. It's its own thing. Yeah, Existence. Another fucking great movie. Here's something, did I tell you this? So, I was on this tour past summer. There was a content for this concert. There were moments in the concert where up on the screen, because it was a live band playing to a film, okay, a child's animated film, and that's as far as I want to go in explaining that. But there was this software that these two guys had developed that basically at certain points in the film there would be some sort of mark on the screen, and if you opened up your phone, there was this thing that was sending out information that it would interact with or show you the scene or would make your camera flash light up like or show a candle for a very specific moment in the film.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they rode with us like the first couple gigs because it was literally like this thing was in a Pelican case jammed full of electronics and repeaters and Bluetooth things and fucking other like Charlie scanned it with a fucking Wi-Fi thing or whatever, and it was like, Jesus fucking Christ, it was fucking up his networking capability to his video screens. It was so powerful when it would broadcast. He would like lose it for a second. Yeah. So probably totally not regulated. But anyway, these two individuals were on the tour bus and we were talking movies, and the one brother was kind of a prick. And he was a little drunk and he was like, "What? You've never seen this and you've never seen that." Like, I'm talking my classic movies. We're talking 70s, maybe some 60s, but 70s, 80s, 90s movies that are just phenomenal. And his brother, meanwhile, is agreeing. And then I'm like, and Existence is one of, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. And they're like, "Well, I'm Canadian."
Amazing.
And the guy goes, "Also, I was the visual effects guy who did the fucking Existence." And I was like, "Get the fuck out." We're in the top front lounge of this bus.
No
like,
way.
I'm sitting next to the guy. I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here. Really? That's like one of my most favorite movies ever." And he just had this smile on his face. Like, what were the fucking chances that this dude actually worked on Existence?
Weird.
I was like, dude, that's such one of my favorite fucking movies ever, dude. It's so fucking far out.
It's one of the weirdest movies I have ever seen. Like, so weird.
Yeah.
The tooth.
The tooth gun, and he's like, "I didn't have a bridge before." Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I want out of cinema. And in very much in that way, that movie with Daniel Radcliffe was very much like that in terms of just like this far out. It was weird. The dialogue was so well done, and like it was really great actors. I mean, it's the one kid from Little Miss Sunshine who's mute for most of the film. Can't remember his name now. He's not like super famous, but like he's been in shit and he's good. And then Daniel Radcliffe and Elizabeth Winstead is in it a little bit as well. Cloverfield Lane.
Elizabeth Winstead?
Cloverfield Lane. 10 Cloverfield Lane with John Goodman. Really? What the fuck?
I've never seen Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, that's such a fucking good movie. I mean, it's John Goodman and he's playing, you're not sure if he's fucking crazy and bad or crazy and good or not crazy at all, like the whole fucking movie.
Okay.
And he's just bouncing from. Have you ever seen Cloverfield?
No.
The found footage with the monster that attacks the city?
No. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know,
but
man. I'm
never
just mind blown because I figured that was like your
people,
era of cinema.
I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, it sucked." I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna waste my fucking time."
Now listen, Cloverfield, it's not the greatest movie. It's a fun watch, but it's found footage. It's shaky. You're not gonna see like it's like a lot of in your head shit that you're thinking of what this is because you really don't see this thing until like towards the end, and then you're like, "Whoa, it was a thing," because you're not really like there's like moments where it's like, is it a fucking thing? Is it a strike? What's going on? And it's found footage, so it's like a little Blair Witchy. It's well done. It's a fun movie, but it's not like deserves all these awards. But 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is like supposedly it's in the same universe. Um, Finds this girl. She wakes up in a bunker with one other dude and John Goodman. And he's like, you can't go. And like her last memory is like something or someone attacking her vehicle and it flipping. And he's like, you can't go out there and fucking blah, blah, blah. And like so she's locked inside with John Goodman, who's crazy, who used to have a daughter or maybe didn't have a daughter, talks about her. The thing might be the disease, whatever the fuck is going on outside. So it's all about her and this paranoia and like trying to escape and what happens during this whole time. And that movie is a fucking 9 out of 10. I think it's stellar. They're all great actors and actresses in it. It's different, claustrophobic at times. It has a real sense of like, and there's nothing that's like gonna fucking scare the shit out of you or be fucking really super gory. It's just, it's well done. And it's done right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely, if you have an opportunity to check it out sometime, I think you would really enjoy it. It's not like a horror movie. It's more suspense. It might be listed as horror, but dude, it's total suspense mind fuck stuff.
Okay, cool.
Speaking of which, there was a movie years ago. Did you ever see a movie where a guy is cutting out people's eyeballs? And then it's a movie inside of a movie? Yeah, man, I gotta find that. So. It stars this dude and kind of a character actor, but what's her name? Zelda Rubinstein, the little woman from the Poltergeist films.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
And she's his mother. And like she is hypnotizing him to go out and kill because he has bad eyesight or something and to take people's eyes. And it has all this hypnotic shit in the film. And like I remember that very clearly going over to the Chestertown, what the fuck was the name of the movie place over there? Some Video Mansion, I believe.
Oh, I know where you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, along that stretch of Route 9 there, that big, it's the building left. Is still there, but, and it was, so cool because like.
My grandmother used to take me there all the time.
For every rental that you got, you could take a free movie poster out of the movie poster bin. It was so fucking sick, or pay like 50 cents or $1 for each one. And I got some great movie posters back in the day that have long since gone. But this is one that a chick named Jess turned me on to, and it was fucked up. And again, one of those movies that just stands out. It is definitely a B movie, but then it turns out like you're watching this movie and getting all fucking hypnotized and shit. Like we'd sit around, smoke weed and watch it. And then all of a sudden it was people inside of a theater watching this movie about the dude with eyes. And this whole other movie starts taking over. And it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Really weird. And people don't have enough balls to try that shit anymore. You know what I mean?
Or if they do, you just don't hear about it.
Right. It doesn't get the kind of play that
the
mainstream
indie films rarely do.
Which is weird because I've come across so many indie films that are like, this should have the awards. I mean, whether it's music or fucking movies or music videos, it's all bought and paid for. There's no fucking other way around it because there's been plenty of fucking movies that have just trounced that should have trounced and didn't. And then some, they're rightfully so, but it's like, come on, you know? I don't know. But yeah, I miss movies like that. Yeah, what do you got?
What about that new fucking trailer, dude?
Are we talking about The Flash?
Yeah.
Dude, it looks so good.
Every Batman, Michael Keaton Batman fan, like creamed their jeans when they saw that fucking trailer.
Right. And so
that was amazing.
But we already have problems. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I hate even to fucking talk about it, but of course the person playing the Flash was like possibly grooming underage girls or kids. I'm not sure if it was boys or girls. Besides all the legal trouble that they were getting into. So it starts to really make you wonder, what the fuck? Now, I know they are getting treatment. But what the fuck? Because like I'm so super excited about this thing, but then there's all these websites out there that are telling me I shouldn't like the movie because of the guy who plays the Flash.
Dude, I want to see the fucking movie.
I just want to see Michael Keaton, right?
Yeah. fuck everybody. I'm
Fuck
gonna go see
everybody
that
else.
fucking movie. I don't give a shit.
Right.
I'm gonna go see the movie. I mean, I give a shit, but you know, like, I'm gonna go see that movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, fuck them for what they did. You know, it really, really sucks.
It's one of
And
those
I hope
things.
no money goes that way.
And so this is the thing, right? So it's like separation of art and artist, you know, like can we not appreciate American Beauty even though, you know, apparently Kevin Spacey did shit. You know, we're not supposed to like any Harry Potter shit anymore because of J.K. Rowling's views on trans people.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But it's like, because specifically, especially if she's making money off it, but it's like, fuck, man. I'm
Yeah,
being told what I can and can't like. Like,
my
it's a shitty
childhood.
person. It's a shitty
You know,
fucking person, but does that mean that, like, it has to ruin all of it? That's
yeah.
where
Do you
we are
know?
today.
Well, this is the way I look at it. It's bigger than that to me. You know what I mean? Like for Harry Potter, for instance, right? Do you know how many fucking kids and even adults this storyline, this whole universe has like affected their life?
Right.
I mean, you pass some of this down to like your children. Like Munch, she will absolutely watch Harry Potter. You know, I think it's a great story. Great stuff. You know what? It's really messed up, you know, with all the things that she is against, but it's bigger than that. I'm not, if I don't want to dwell on that. I want to dwell on the really great times my whole life has had.
Right. It's kind of like
Why should I have to, you know, get all down on myself and all the things that I love because of that?
and I mean, that's the thing. Like, people basically are saying that by supporting that entity or that person or that series or that movie or those books, that by giving that person money, that is directly correlated to you feeling the same way. And that's what I think is bullshit. Or that you're giving them more power by giving them more money. Trust me, that bitch has made all the money she needs. Anything else that she's getting now is just fucking pennies to the dollar. She's fucking loaded. You know, and what's funny is that both of these things, The Flash and Harry Potter, are WB things. So then you got to look at it from this angle, right? So at what point, because we've seen other projects canceled this year or last year.
Yes.
Because it wasn't good enough, or because of this, or because of that, or because of this, or because of that, because of this. So what point does WB go, maybe we need to rethink who we've cast, and how much are they willing to risk at that point to deliver this film with this person in it, when there's a lot of very, very vocal people going, fuck you, you shouldn't support the movie. And I'm sorry, I'm not going for that person. I don't know that person. Turns out I've seen movies with that person in it. I don't give a fuck. I honestly don't even, I'm not a fan of The Flash. I have not watched the TV show. I could give a fuck less about The Flash. And again, so it comes back to,
I like the character.
I mean, like, I will enjoy it, but I'm not invested in that. I'm invested in the 2 Batmans, possibly 3 Batmans I just heard recently that we're going to see in this. Okay, this Superman-esque Supergirl. Cool. Okay, I get it now. I get why she doesn't look anything fucking like Supergirl. She's the Clark Kent version of Supergirl because of this fucking world she's in. So Zod's coming for her.
In the movie, or no, sorry, not in the movie, but in the comics, in the Flashpoint comic, I believe it's Superman that is locked up that they have to get out.
Okay, so maybe they did
he's
do
all
a
wasted away because he hasn't been near the sun, and he's like real skinny, and he's the one that they need to come out and help them fix shit.
So maybe we'll see Henry Cavill anyways.
I don't know. Well, I think they've replaced the character
with the Supergirl
yes,
character.
because when she's wearing
and it is Supergirl, not Superwoman, correct?
I don't know.
Or are we not sure about that yet?
We'll find out.
Yeah. But dude, I mean, it looks good. The effects look good. I was going,
awesome.
Oh, the writing sounds all right.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, after you talking all that about everything with WB, I was like, and enters James Gunn. Now clean up our mess, James Gunn.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, where like he's like, yeah, man, this person's awesome. This is a great movie. But if he did do this, obviously they're a bad person. But what the fuck? So they're really banking on that. And they did the same thing with this Hogwarts game that just came out. WDB released this new Hogwarts Legacy or whatever, right?
Yep. A lot of people are playing that.
Yeah.
I won't. No, I don't play that kind of stuff.
It looks fun. It's an RPG, but I've watched people streaming it. It looks fucking dated, number one. But here we go again, because, of course, people were like, play this game, you're lining J.K. Rowling's pockets. And so they created a website that you could type in your favorite streamer's name to see if they have played that game, it says right in the header. So they're basically making a list of people and saying that they don't support those rights because of it.
Goddamn witch
hunt. What the fuck is
going
on around here? Like, I don't even understand it anymore. Like, what the fuck?
Everybody's got cancel culture fever, bro.
I'm so over it, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's fine to hate it. You know what? And I don't agree with anything that these people say or do. But if I choose to play a fucking video game because I enjoy the franchise, fuck you. That's a totally different thing. Yep, maybe I'm giving some money to that person. I'm sorry. It's a fucking contract that person's going to receive money. Just like I'm going to go see this fucking movie. I'm going to enjoy it. Not for that person. Don't like that person. Don't support that person. Yes, it's going to line that person's pocket. Maybe it'll even give that person another fucking movie. But you know what? I'm there to relive my fucking childhood. I need to see Michael Keaton as Batman. Don't give a fuck about Batfleck. I really don't. The whole thing, like, he's narrating the beginning of the fucking... At first I was like, is that Michael Keaton's voice? It is Michael Keaton's voice. He's narrating. And then you see him, and you see all the different bat suits. They've got a gray and blue one.
I think in theory, with the comic book Flashpoint, it's actually Bruce Wayne's father that Barry has to go back and see to help him figure out.
Right. But there's also a redirect at the same time where he's talking to Batman, where he says, Bruce, what do I do? And it switches to Batfleck, and he's like, oh, it's fucking up the fucking whatever the fuck. And it's like, okay, so there's a good possibility he's not playing Bruce Wayne's Batman. Maybe he is. Maybe he is his father. And just happens to look exactly like him. But from everything that I've heard is it's an older Michael Keaton at this. I mean, it's the same fucking Batmobile. So,
well, you could see some modifications.
Oh yeah, but like, and then all the bat suits, like they literally, someone had lightened up the picture of all the bat suits, and there was like the blue and gray one, and then there was
gray, dude. I was like, oh,
and that's like supposedly the prototype, and then they had the 89 one, and then they had the Returns one next to it, and a couple others next to it. And I was like, oh man, I really hope we get to see some of those in action.
Yeah, there was the one that was like, somebody said it was like a scuba suit. And I was like, I don't know if it is. I think that's an air.
Yeah, that's suit. What I was thinking too.
Yeah.
And then someone said that the fucking motorcycle scene looked kind of like the Tumblr version of the Batmobile.
Yeah, from Christian Bale.
But someone else was quickly pointed out that Batfleck had something like that, and that's actually what it is.
Yeah, well, Batfleck's, you know, his the wheels on his car, they look very similar to those on that one.
But I mean, so, will we get a Christian Bale Batman? That'd be fucked up.
I doubt he would do it.
Right? I mean, that's the thing.
I doubt it, dude. He's got way too much other shit.
I mean, this isn't into the Batverse, right? You know? Although I would watch that movie.
I would definitely watch that movie, and I would expect to see Lego Batman.
Yeah. Maybe even a fucking AI, fucking fully computerized fucking Adam West and
That'd be
Burt
pretty cool.
Ward. That'd be dope. And maybe that's
Yeah.
what we're gonna actually see. Maybe that's this other Batman that they're hinting at isn't fucking, and it might not be anything. Of course, internet rumors, but wouldn't that be interesting if there was some sort of throwback to
Dude.
the
Yeah.
60s Batman? That'd be neat. I'd be down. And see, this, I guess this thing is like, you see, obviously we're excited about the Batman aspect. The
Yes,
Flash is just
absolutely.
so hate us.
No.
Don't hate us.
I like
Sorry.
Batman a lot. I'm sorry, I'm biased.
Yeah, you're Batmanist. That's what you are. Batmanist.
Damn.
And there's nothing wrong with that. God damn it. Also, for people who were wondering, if you were wondering, the movie that I was talking about earlier is called Anguish. Check it out. It's fucked up, man. The movie poster cover is Zelda Rubinstein.
Oh, okay.
And it does some trippy shit, man. If you're into it, you got to check it out. Hard to find a copy.
That?
89, I think. 87. Okay. Sorry, 87. Yeah. Yeah, I've not found a digital copy yet that I wanted to pick up. It says watch now with a premium subscription on Prime Video.
I have that, I think.
Well, son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah, I will be checking that out.
Yeah.
Anguish.
It's fucked up. Don't watch it with your kid in the room. You might fuck them up. There's like trippy visuals and shit, dude. Like, it'll make you a little dizzy and shit. Like, there were warnings all over the box. Like, this might fuck you up. Some of it was hype, right? But like, seriously, there'll be like a spirograph, and like she'll be like, and it's her voice. Sleep. Kill them for mommy. Take their eyes and shit like that. And you're just like, what?
Next thing you know, Josh is out there with a knife.
Carving out eyeballs like it's Carvel ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited about the movie. It looks good. Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania looks fucking awesome too.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Big time.
It's actually playing in the theater like a couple miles away on Thursday.
Nice.
Well, tomorrow. Yeah, we're thinking about going to see it.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And it's nice. It's one of those old school movie theaters, It's real cheap to get in there. They've got a balcony, and we always end up getting in there early and get the balcony seat right there in the front. Oh, it's awesome.
Nice.
Yep.
I do like the newer ones where you can recline and shit, and big old drink holders and shit, little table.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's comfy.
But it's
makes me feel gross too.
$60 to go to the movies.
Well, that's the thing. Like, last time I went, it wasn't that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Last time I went to one of those, it was like $19 a person.
Yeah, I think the Ghostbusters one I went to was $15 a person, which isn't bad.
Yeah, and then when you get like a large popcorn for $8 and a large drink for another $8.
Yeah, I'm not including the food because that to me is an entirely separate thing.
Yeah, but that's going to the movies.
Yeah, but no, you don't need to bring food.
Thing.
It's like part of it. It's like, but for me, it's a separate thing. I don't count it as the same price as going to the movie because you could go to the movie and not eat the food.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right.
Well, with my movie experience, I eat the food and drink the pop.
That's why.
So
yeah, I mean,
like $60.
I do too.
For two
but
people.
I don't feel like. But I also didn't get a shit ton of stuff. I don't even think I got a large popcorn because I know how that ends. It ends with the rancid fucking fake butter burps, and it's no good. It tastes like popcorn, stale popcorn, and butter burp.
Yeah, it does.
It's not fun. It does. So like a small, honestly, I think is the last time I went. I think I might have gotten a small
popcorn.
Yeah, it's honestly it's not good.
Just the either Goobers.
Okay.
Or
Sour Patch Kids. Ooh.
Yeah, we do the Sour Patch Kids. And it's like sometimes Jess really likes the watermelons, the Sour Patch Kid watermelon.
Those are good too. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Jess will always get like a big icy and I'll get like a Coke.
Right. And yeah, I'll get a tub of Coke. Wash it down. And yeah, that's expensive, but I mean, shit, man. Fuck. Back in the day, my mom and I, when she'd take me to and back then I think it was expensive at like a $5 or $7 matinee or whatever, the late 80s. But we went to movies probably more often than even some people did. Like she tried to always make a fun day every couple of weeks or so. But part
Yeah.
of that was I'm, we're, I'm, I got a big ass fucking purse, Josh, and it's got Twizzlers and it's got this in there and snacks and sit there and quietly eat our fucking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's why like going to the drive-in was always the bomb because you're bringing everything.
See, now the problem with that is, and I understand this, but I still did it the last time I went. They had a big sign up at the local drive-in. It's like, please don't bring in food, please, because basically, without you buying the overpriced food or even slightly overpriced food, they're actually losing money because of number of people, whatever, because their ticket prices are still relatively cheap. And renting the rights to show a movie at any movie theater and stuff, or whatever it's technically called, is not inexpensive.
Right.
And they probably meet that and meet payroll a little bit, but without buying their nachos or whatever. So, but then the thing is, like, the whole point that I've gone to the fucking drive-in, I'm probably barely going to get out of I'm going to get out of the car to have a cigarette or two. But I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to go into a place.
Yeah.
I won't even use the fucking bathrooms there. I had to do that once in the last 15 years of going there.
Oh, me too. Yeah,
it
that was like one of the first dates
horrible.
with Jess.
It was like there were 47 fucking kids between ages 5 and 12 all over that place, waiting to take a piss, missing the movie. Fuck, man, I'd rather hang the ding dong over the fucking edge of the seat and piss into a cup. And I'm not, whatever. Fuck it.
I love you, dude.
It's so much better. Just piss. Yeah. Oh, and then, it's early spring. It's a little chilly in the car. The fucking heat vapor comes up. It's fucking nice. And you can't tell me it's not.
Okay. Fair enough.
But
I just hold it.
Yeah, or that's the alternative. But man, they placed that Cumberland Farms in such the perfect fucking place to just swoop in there, load shit up, throw it in your trunk. Done. Roll in there. But next time I go, I'm gonna make sure I go in and get some nachos or something, just cause. Cause man, wouldn't that suck if that was the little bit that every person who did that was enough that eventually. I mean, man, it's so cool, dude. Like, you guys got to understand, the people listening or watching, this is a drive-in, and like for $10 a person or $11 a person or whatever, I think it was $10 to $12 now per person in the car. There's two separate screens across from each other with like a row of smaller shrubs and trees kind of blocking them in. And they're all like, it's probably over 100 spaces on each side. They used to have the old school speakers,
radio speakers,
but those are gone now. They used to work really good in the 90s. This place has been around since fucking my parents were teenagers. I'm pretty sure my dad told me stories of going there as a teenager and 20 something. It's been there a long time. They recently removed those, but ever since like I was a teenager, I'm pretty sure at least, they always had FM, so you could listen to the audio from the movie track in your car. And so one side is like 102.8 and the other side is like 103.5 or something like that. And the cool thing is, if the movie time sunk up, like let's say on this side, they're playing, I don't know, it's a horror movie side. So you're getting like the new scary movie and like, I don't know, fucking Pan's Labyrinth. But on the other side, it's comedy. So it's like fucking Fist Fight and Freddy Got Fingered. Well, if those movies line up and you want to see one or the other, you're free to just drive across and switch.
Exactly.
Switch the fucking FM on your thing. And they recently updated to really nice Barco 4K projectors. It looks so much better. I mean, it looks even better than it did. And I usually park kind of far back. The chill zone. No one's really around. You're eating your food. You're listening to you're listening to the movie through your fucking car stereo system. And it sounds really nice. Touching bits.
Yeah.
rubbing beans, whatever the fuck you want to do.
rubbing
two beans together to get a dime. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bing, 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 bing.
Bing, 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 bing. Oh no. Like Donald Trump over here drinking this with two hands because I'm afraid I'm gonna lose it, man. I almost spit all over my fucking electronics. Thank you so much.
Have you seen that meme with what's her name saying "Don't come, don't come," and it's like the thing that's written above it, like 40 seconds into intercourse, and it's like that. What's her name? Oh, that politician. She's going, "Don't come, don't come," and it's cuts to Donald Trump, and he goes, "I'm gonna come." No, but it's fucking hilarious.
Amazing. There was a request from a friend named Chimpy. Would you please read me this Dr. Seuss book as, can you guess who?
No.
Seth Rogan.
I can't just do it on command like that.
I'm not asking you to do it on command. I'm just asking you to try to read it out loud like Seth Rogan.
All right. How far am I going into this?
As far as you can make it. Doesn't need to be the end. There's way more pages than I fucking remember there ever being in Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, right?
It like equals up to like 70 fucking single pages or something like that. I don't know, something ridiculous.
Like, can I swear when I do this too?
Yeah, I mean, dude, you're doing it as Seth Rogen.
The fucking sun did not shine. It was too wet to play. So we all we sat in the house, and all that cold wet day, I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two, and I said, "How I wish we had something to do."
Dude, I can't
fucking do this.
I can't do it.
He
Honestly,
requested it, and I figured we'd give it a shot. I was curious what you had in you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His voice is really fucking hard to do, man.
I think you were doing a good job, though.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I think I was sucking. Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
felt like it was terrible.
No, man. You were getting your dick sucked. You weren't sucking dick. That was good. Huh.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Chimp, for the because as soon as you wrote it, I was like, oh yeah, definitely gonna do that. I want to hear what that sounds like. I'm a functional idiot.
I want to hear what that fucking sounds like.
I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know because I'm stupid. That's right. So there's been a lot of balloons in the air recently.
Oh yeah, and we've been shooting them down.
Yeah. So last night I saw Starlink. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
I shit myself. I thought, oh, this is how it ends.
Really?
At first, because I wasn't thinking. Then I went inside. I mean, dude, it was like 40 fucking lights just in a perfect fucking straight line, just going across the sky, one after another, and it looked like they were all originating from one point in my view. And so I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was out with the dog. He's shitting, and I'm yelling, Teresa, you gotta come outside. You gotta come out here and look at this, because am I crazy? What the fuck? She comes outside and goes, oh shit, like she's all fucking freaked the fuck out. Oh shit. And so, yeah, man. And then we came in and did a little research. And yeah, they done a local news channel. Had done a story. They'd been visible the night before and were supposed to be visible through, I think, tomorrow night. So it just happened to be that I was out at the exact right time with the dog, looked up and went, melted my brain a little bit. And, yeah, man, I was like, so this is how it ends. Like, we're dead.
Oh, yeah.
If this is it, this is it. Like, we're dead. Definitely. They're here.
They're here.
And I'm not talking like aliens and UFOs. I'm talking about like foreign motherfuckers fucking dropping shit or something like that.
Yeah.
Fucking weather balloon weirdness shit. It's like, what we shot down? 4?
4 so far. And a lot of it has to do with like, well, from what I've read, I've read a couple articles, but the main thing that I've understood is that it's their way of basically not taunting, but kind of humiliating us. And we're going to actually start seeing a lot of balloons being used between all sorts of different countries because it's an easier, cheaper way to get the data back and to recover when something does go wrong.
So fucked up, man.
It is.
How the fuck do you even steer the goddamn thing? Does it have like little fans and shit on it?
Oh, I'm sure.
Is it radio controlled, you think?
I don't know. Radio control.
That'd be like satellite controlled at that
Yeah,
point.
I
You'd
would
have to be
assume so.
bouncing a signal off of a satellite somewhere.
Yeah, I doubt that it would be radio controlled.
That's so fucked up.
No way.
And then you got that train derailment, in Ohio? Did you see any of that? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so there's this train. I mean, it looks like a fucking atomic bomb going off in the fucking background.
Really?
Bunch of fucking chemicals and shit. Bad shit. And it's like in this place in Ohio that leads to like all the river structure below it.
Oh no! Oh fucking god!
Oh no, is right. So yeah, so there's a lot going on with that too. People are freaking out about that because like apparently like they're using less people to check trains and they basically lighten their staff. There's a word for it. I can't remember. I watched some videos on it. And so because of this, they're blaming that's what some people are blaming on why this accident occurred, why it derailed. But there's like a shit ton of chemicals, fire, small little community, and it leads to like the river that basically goes and splits through the fucking middle of America, North America. You know what I mean?
Holy shit.
So yeah, so we got balloon problems, we got chemical problems. Like, man,
is it all espionage?
That's what fuck, man. You never know. At this point, like, you can't tell me 2 weeks ago it would have been on your mind that, oh yeah, they're possibly spying on us with balloons. Sounds like bullshit. You know, it sounds like something you would have seen in a fucking movie. But here we are. And apparently we had been, I read just before I got on tonight, I read that we had been monitoring one of them from the moment they let it go.
Yeah.
And then it took 4 or 5 days to get over across to us or whatever. And I'm waiting for the proper time to shoot it down so it wouldn't, it's like 3 school buses big. They don't want it possibly harming anybody, which makes sense because it's not like we're going to fly out and deploy a person and get on the balloon and be like, I wonder if this is loaded with Smilex gas, like the fucking Joker or some shit. Like, oh, I wonder if this has got explosives on it or if it's just like, I don't know, collecting data, taking photographs or some shit. Whatever the fuck is. And that's the thing, are we ever going to know what it was doing? Was it taking... Imagine if it was just a fucking weather balloon. Wouldn't that be the shit's knees?
Well, I think if anything, it would be collecting some form of data.
Yeah.
Right. So
I imagine
photo. Be catching some,
aerial data.
Photos. I don't know about that. I mean, they can easily
Wireless.
go on Google Earth.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of parts on Google Earth that are blocked out because they're, they're high level restricted access type places. And they flew one of them directly over an Air Force base, apparently. That, if you went to Google Maps, you wouldn't be able to see what it looks like. It'd be blocked out.
I don't know, man. I just think it's more like catching information.
Like wireless.
Yes, exactly.
But that high up, I don't think you'd have any access to cellular data.
What if they have No, that's not what I'm talking about. What if they are going over an Air Force base, right? What if they're just within range of being able to deploy some kind of device that they've developed and it may be able to pull information from any data bank source as long as it's within 200 like 100 kilometers or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, like a brute force attack like that on like networking and shit, like you think that they'd have a hold and be able to fucking like that seems a little too Mission Impossible still. But I'm sure I mean, that's the thing. People can fucking steal your credit card shit if you don't have an RF wallet. Now, if they have the proper reader and it's this right type of card, they can just take your information right off you just by walking past you. So, I mean, that's the thing. Maybe the technology doesn't seem like it's there, and it is, which, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm not really losing any sleep over it yet.
No.
If it all ends, fuck it.
Signs point toward yes.
I'm kind of okay with it. Just fucking nuke it. Whatever.
Just fucking nuke it. Jesus.
I mean, I really
So
don't want that to
depressing.
happen, but like if it's gonna happen, I'm not gonna spend any fucking extra time worrying about it. God damn it! I'm gonna enjoy what I got.
Yeah, fair enough.
Enjoy all 5 inches of what I got, you know, and live the best 5
You
inches I
remember what
can.
Bob used to say,
Oh,
give her the old 5.5.
give her the old 5.5. Or yeah, fucking good old Bob. I've been thinking
I
about a lot
miss
about
that
those
guy.
guys last couple of days, like Bob and Kenny and
I
so
said
many other
roses
people.
the other day.
what?
I said roses. Coming up
Roses.
roses.
Coming up
Remember, he used to
roses.
say that all the time.
Yeah, it was fun, man. We spent a lot of time together having to drive to that one lighting company down south that his
Oh, yeah,
nephew
yeah.
owned. And he's an interesting guy. A little fucked in the head, but an interesting guy. So yeah, so interesting developments, I guess. But what are you gonna do? I'm not worried about it, Mr. Burpenstein.
Yeah, baby.
You got a mute button on that fucking console for a reason, dick.
You burp.
I try not to make it sound, and there's a lot of times where I do hit mute.
Yeah, well, you burp, bro, and it's loud sometimes. And I
Well-
did it for comedic effect. So you know what you can
I
do?
can suck a dick.
Well, I wasn't gonna go there, but I guess you were thinking it. You
you.
nasty bastard.
All right, fine. Whatever. Do whatever you want. Fine.
Okay, cool, good.
Good. Fine.
I'm fucking glad we're
Fine.
on the same page.
We're on the same
'cause
page.
I am. I'm gonna do what I want. That's the whole point of this.
Oh, yeah, that's true. If you want to beat off
Right?
right now, just start beating off.
Done.
Done. And done. I would need one napkin, please. I need clean
Oh, what
clean
was
up.
that video I saw recently where the guy goes, "Hey, look," and they look down. You just jizzed your pants, and he goes, "Yeah, look again," and it goes away, and he goes, "See," and the other guy goes, and it all pours out of his mouth. Dude, I can't remember where it was from. Oh man, it was so
Oh, that's
fucking hilarious.
amazing.
Yeah,
That
like a
sounds
magic
great.
trick.
Oh, I didn't want to see that. Like, that's a fucking
Yeah.
funny magic trick.
I feel
I
like
just
I've sent it to
unjizzed
you
my
before.
pants. I would remember unjizzing
It
pants
made it
magic.
come out of your mouth.
It made it come out of your mouth. If you were a shitty magician too, you would make sure you pick the person who would least want it. Like that person right there. Hey,
Yeah.
Nana, want to see a magic trick?
Oh fuck you,
Hey,
dude.
Nana, you want to see a magic trick? Man, my
Dude,
mustache has gone so thick.
stop. That's what all of the kids call my mom. Munchie calls her Nana. Oh, bro.
Gam gam. All right, gam gam.
Oh, jeez. That's even worse.
It's even worse. I don't know. That's funny. I'm leaving all that in. That's good stuff. That's
I
good
hope
content
you
right
do.
there.
Bastard.
Bodily fluids and farts and stuff are always funny for everyone, even when it's embarrassing. Go fuck yourself, eat a bag of dick, and get some new health treats from Fuck You. You look. I like the finger wiggle.
You're welcome.
So I didn't say it at the beginning of the episode. I normally do. This is episode 11, the start of season 2. This is not season 2, episode 1. We're just gonna keep the numbers going.
Episode 2.
Oh, bro. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
right.
if we had recorded last Wednesday, we would have.
I know.
So this is episode 1, but episode 11 technically, season 2,
right.
start of season 2, and it's time. You need to whip
young
this out.
Obi-Wans over here. Episode 1.
This is how we're ending this week. It's time for you to tell, and I will help tell it as well. But it's time for one of your stories, and you teased it a couple weeks ago, and it's Piss Pals.
Oh shit, we're gonna end with Piss Pals.
Cheers. It's about time we tell the Piss Pals story, man. We've fucking given tastes of like arrests and like of punching out TVs that we haven't told stories of, but tonight it's the Piss Pals story because it's a near and dear.
How in depth can I get here, bud?
No naming the tour. First and foremost, let's do a little disclaimer.
Well, I don't even think we should say that what we were doing. Like this.
Wow. Okay.
This is like the first incriminating one I'll be telling.
I mean, but like, what is it really incriminating that we're just gross
we're
fucks,
nasty bastards?
We're a bunch of nasty bastards, and the person who was in charge of us got us to fucking do it in the first place.
Yeah. Anyways, let me get into this. So there's this asshole. We'll call him, right? Being a total asshole for the entire work experience that we were having. Asshole. Right? And we were getting real fucking frustrated, and we had to go do another work experience the next day. But our boss decided, hey, let's stay up and drink and have a good old time and get some of this emotional baggage out.
Disclaimer, this is like what, 10 years ago as well? Just as a disclaimer.
This is back when we were irresponsible.
Yeah,
assholes.
very irresponsible. Not necessarily green, but just idiots.
Yeah, just idiots. So our boss at the time says, okay, let's have some drinks, and then we're all getting a little bit rowdy.
Oh, yeah.
Look out. And what do we see? The asshole's fucking rental car out there.
And it's a nice one.
And yeah,
pretty nice.
It's really nice. So the first thing that gets done is, I can't remember who did this.
If it's the peanut butter, it's me.
Yeah.
And I can tell that part of the story.
Fucking peanut butter on the handle for the driver's side.
So we were getting really fucked up. And I remember this as plain as day. And the person that was in charge of us was like, fuck that guy, blah, 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 blah. I hate him, blah, 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 blah. And we're like, this guy, he's like a father figure. So we love this guy. We're like, yeah, fuck that guy. He's a fucking prick and all this other shit. And somehow it came up. He's like, I believe he dared me. He's like, if you go out and you put peanut butter under the handle of his driver's car door, you will have a gig for me with me for the rest of your life when I can have you. And I was sold. That's all it took, man. I'm a couple Captain and Cokes deep, and it's myself, Bubba, the merch person, and this person who's ultimately in charge of pretty much the entire tour. And this person was kind of the money person who had parked next to the tour bus overnight while he slept in a hotel, and we were partying on the bus with an early roll the next morning at like 5 a.m. Back to Bubba. So I go out there, I put the peanut butter on, coming here.
Yeah. No, and we're all giggling like a bunch of little cunts.
It's funny.
In the fucking front lounge.
We're drunk
looking
and it's
out the window, going, "Oh, I can't believe he's doing it! Oh, look at him! He's doing it!
It's like we were 14 again, and we were toilet papering a house or something. Innocent. It started so innocent, as it usually does.
It really was. So next thing you know, our person in charge says, you know what? I'm going to go piss on that car. And we're like, no, don't do it. So we're, he backs off for a minute, right? But he's all about doing this. And we said, no, we don't want to do it. So he goes out and he pisses on this car. And he pisses in a couple places. And the next thing you know, he's going full 360, and we're in the fucking bus going, he's going 360.
Somewhere I
360,
have a
360.
phone with that video on it.
Oh my God.
One of my phones in this house must still have that video.
But before that, before he does the piss, oh, it was so fucking hilarious. He starts rolling on the
You remember
hood.
he did a fucking full on almost before Naruto was a thing. He pretty much did a full on Naruto run and tuck and rolled into a ball up onto the hood of the car into the windshield. Somehow didn't dent it as far as
it was hilarious. Though he's all over this car.
But
And then
he does like he's pissing
around.
on the hood. He does a full 360 around this car. This car is dripping piss.
Yep. And then he pees on the handle with the peanut butter too.
Yep.
And so then he comes on and he's like, you go do it. You go do it.
Yeah, pretty much that's it. It's like you better do it.
You go do it. Come on, do it. Do it. And like everybody's getting coerced into doing this, right? So the next person is the merch guy. He goes out there and oh no, it was you.
I think it was.
It was you. So
I'm pretty easy to get involved in something stupid when I'm drinking, and that's why I haven't drank forever.
Already put peanut butter where it was deserved, so why not? So you go out and then you do it as well, and like just like our boss man, he just does full 360 around the car and does the whole thing. And
yeah, not to be undone.
It was the merch guy. He goes out and does it. And then they're all looking at me, trying to coerce me into doing it. And I'm like, oh, all right, I'm going to do it. I go out there. I can't piss. I've got the audience behind me, right? And I'm trying to piss.
We're all staring out the window of the bus at every person who's gone out there and done it and like recorded them on video.
Yeah, trying to get some piss out. Finally, when I get over to the other side of the car where they're not like staring at my wiener or whatever, I finally got some dribbles out onto the peanut butter side.
Right.
And then I started working the 360, and then I started to get a little bit of a stream going. And then button up, go back onto the bus, and we're all laughing our asses
dying
off. Yeah, absolutely.
And we are shitty. We are fucked.
Yep.
This has all happened over the course of probably a few hours. Because then we went out, I'm positive we went out multiple times and did a piss on the car because that's how much we were drinking.
Yeah.
It was probably between what, like, let's say 11 at night until right before we rolled at like 5 in the morning.
Yes.
I didn't go to bed until, and like we had to get up at like 7 or 8 or it was early and it sucked and I was really hungover.
Like, we weren't drunk anymore. We were just like, ugh.
I think I was drunk. I think I was drunk.
Oh, really?
I'm probably.
I wasn't anymore. I was rough, but we rocked the gig.
It's nothing
right?
I'm proud of. If anything, I was like really rough. I was rough, very hungover.
Yeah, we were looking real rough.
I don't know if I ever really showed up to a gig drunk, but fucking like one scotch away from it, sure. Back in my bad days.
We were pretty fucked up. Anyways, so we rock out the gig and load-in's all done, and the next thing you know, here comes the money man. And he looks at all of us and he's like, haha, guys. And we're all standing next to 4 of us for some reason. He's just like, you guys are funny. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter under the handle. And we were like,
we all looked at each other.
Now, if I remember the story correctly, too, after person in charge and myself went to bed, you and the merch person went out there with water and watered down the car.
Not good enough though, dude. It was like 1 bottle of water.
Right. But I do remember that you guys tried.
Piss.
But no matter what, there was definitely piss infused peanut butter getting on that man's hands that day. And it was for grown men's piss and probably some really decent peanut butter.
Yeah, it was Jif.
Yeah, it was choosy moms choose Jif and piss. And and that's how the Piss Pals were born. And from that moment on, we I think during that time, we came up with PP, we're the Piss Pals. And for longest time that we would refer to each other as a Piss Pal.
I think I still have a group on my phone that's like Piss Pals.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. That was like
history.
10 plus years ago. Galaxy far, far away. I'm glad I don't drink like that anymore.
10 years ago,
I would
wasn't it?
never fucking do that again. That's just asking for trouble. But also at the same time, when you're drunk and your boss is telling you to do it, the guy who you know is probably not even going to get in trouble if he got caught doing it.
Yeah, and this is back when we didn't know if we were going to get another gig after this because things were going a little south here and there with the
company we worked for, right?
And when he says you'll have a gig forever with me,
he means it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ran into him just last year randomly on the side of a street after I got out of a tour bus.
Yeah, he told me that.
Yeah. Snapped a selfie. It was funny seeing him. And then it turns out my vet is friends with him. So, yeah, I miss that guy. I wish I heard. That's someone else. You know, one of these days I really got to just call out of the blue and be like, motherfucker, how you doing, piss pal?
Yeah,
hope you're well. Miss you. Let's do something. Let's do something together. It'd be fun.
We could. All of us could.
I'd do it. I'd go do one of those things that he does, which I don't want to say because I don't ever want to say who it really is, but he's a fucking,
I mean,
he's a man among men.
When we're home, we could all meet up.
Yeah, I'd like to. It's been too long. Maybe go grab some B-dubs.
Yeah.
Drink some mocktails. Son. Actually, I'll just have a Coke. Unless it's a Pepsi place, and I'll probably have a Mountain Dew or a root beer.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And a water. Usually water on the side, too. I need a little hydration. Yeah. Something about good, decent restaurant water and ice cubes, it's just like, this is so much better than at home. Why? I don't know. B-dubs.
Sounds like you need to change your filters.
Filters? What filters? You think this motherfucking house has filters? Oh. Yeah. Probably a piece of fucking Brillo pad fucking Mongoloid Mike fucking stuffed in there.
MLC, bitch.
It'll work. It's probably perfectly fine. No, there's only spring water drunk in this house. The dog and us. That's it.
Okay.
There's been too many times where, because it's also town water, where the fucking water pipe has gotten damaged. All of a sudden, like boil water notices and shit. It's like, boil water notices for us, but like, what does it do to a dog? And you get a dog sick? And then, yeah, that's how years ago we got into giving her straight up spring water all the time.
Yep.
Unless we run out of spring water, she does not get a bowl out of that fucking sink.
Yeah. See, mom and dad, we always had a well at mom and dad's.
That's nice.
Yep.
Yeah, a real good well is, my mom's old house had a nice well. It was crazy, too, that the fucking pump still worked. It was like from the 40s, this old electric pump. And then fucking never fucking failed while I was living there. I would hope that by now that it's been swapped out because, boy, man, that was some of the coldest,
the same one,
nicest fucking well water I'd ever drank. Because I was also right next to the Hudson River, so the water table there is already fucking fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, nothing quite like that. Like it's like when that town right across the bridge.
Yep.
When I don't know if you remember when you were little, but we used to have it was something that one of them, I can't remember if it was like Mr. Broody. It was one of the teachers that they would brag about that we had like 100% pure water. And then in like the late 80s or early 90s, bats got in there into the water system and shit in it. And that's when they started finally using that chlorine, right? Or whatever. And you could actually smell it in the water and taste it.
Yeah.
Not fluoride, but it's chlorinated. It's almost like going to city water. Like I remember taking showers at my grandparents' house being like, fuck, because across the way, just across the bridge with well water, you weren't getting that. But I remember back when I was a kid, man, drinking out of the hose and shit was fucking phenomenal. There was no chlorine taste or smell. It was pure. And then the bats got in there, they shit, and they had to do, they had to start purifying or however the fuck they do it.
I always remember the water at school being dope.
It was until it really wasn't. Good.
No, I don't know. When I was also in high school, we had the really nice new water things, water fountains that that were like super cold
and had
super
filtration
filtered.
systems. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
and
we
like
never
the
had that.
hose that would go out from gym class or like during soccer practice or whatever. Coach would always
Oh,
put a
yeah.
hose out.
That's right. I
That
remember
was
that.
super filtered too. Everything.
Filtered water makes a hell of a difference, man. And
It
there's nothing
does.
worse than like being on the road and getting into one of those cities where you take the shower and you still, after you wipe, you know you've washed off the soap for like 10 minutes, you still feel that soapy film. What is that, hard or soft water? I can't remember, but you've had that happen to you, right? And it feels gross
yeah, I
for a few minutes
guess.
until you dry off.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the difference between hard and soft water. One of them. Anyway, water quality is a big thing in my book. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, have we covered everything you wanted to cover this week?
Feel like there was something else, but I'll come up with it for next time. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
All
this was a good one. We did a good job. We did our time. We showed off
You know
what's
what'd be
up.
really cool is
What?
if you watch some Peacemaker by the time we hit the next.
I'll make you a deal.
discussion.
I will at least watch the first episode.
Well, but the thing is with that show, you really got to watch the movie, the James Gunn.
What do I have to
version of
watch
Suicide
first?
Squad. Suicide Squad.
Fuck. I've watched
The
part
James
of it.
Gunn one.
I think I've watched part of it. Okay.
Well,
so do I
that's-
have to watch that and then watch Peacemaker?
and trust me, you'll want
This
to
is a
watch it.
two-part homework thing? Like, what are you fucking doing to me?
Yes.
Fuck.
Or just watch the Suicide Squad because that'll give you an idea of who he is. Anyways,
But people are telling me I need to watch Peacemaker, not Suicide Squad. So I'll have to do both.
well, yeah, and the nice thing is that so with James Gunn's new, it's one of those series that he's going to be doing. Anyways, there's some characters from the movie that'll be in those, so you kind of want to be caught up with all that. There's a whole lot of tie-in.
All right.
Or also another cool thing, you remember in the original Michael Keaton movie, Batman movie with
I've seen
what's
it,
her name?
yes.
Well, you know the pictures that she was taking?
Kim Basinger.
In the beginning of the movie, she was showing to people like
In her
"Hey."
portfolio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, place where she took those pictures is actually where that Suicide Squad movie takes place, the Corte Maltese.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I'll look into it. I will look into it. I will watch them both. I will
Hey,
watch
man.
at least the first episode and see if I like it. And if I don't, I'm
James
not going to
Gunn.
continue on.
James Gunn, just saying,
Right.
motherfucker is brilliant.
Fair enough.
You're gonna do it. Oh, happy day! Yeah. Shut up, I don't look like that.
Speaking of which, one last thing that I will like to end a happy note. Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca, he's
Yep.
obviously been no longer with
passed
us for
away.
a while. Apparently in an old place that he used to live in, there were a bunch of artifacts found from Star Wars, like scripts and possibly costumes and stuff. And they were going up on auction, and his widow found out about it and cried out to the public, and they were pulled from auction. And I think they're going back to her. So
Oh, that's awesome.
go for humans, because, he obviously did not mean to leave it there, and it's a part of
Yeah.
history, and it should go rightfully to the person who's still alive before anything like that happens. And it's crazy that
Absolutely.
it got that far, that it was literally, I think it was going to be auctioned off today up across the pond. And they were like,
Really?
nope, or like, yeah, this weekend or something. But yeah, it was close. So that was an interesting little tidbit that I thought about when I just made that weird noise, is that, luckily things worked out, because you hear too many shitty things. There really hasn't been much really good positive vibes coming out of the news the last couple weeks, really. Very little stuff that I was interested, like the Flash movie and all that stuff. So it's like, Nice little bit.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the Super Bowl.
Well, that's the thing. Like, who the fuck watches the stupid fucking dumbass Super Bowl? Like, do you think I watched it?
I didn't.
Neither did I. I don't give a fuck. I was surprised that the Eagles lost the way they did.
I just found out that I won $10. That's all.
That's great. I didn't even do that. This is what it's come down to for me. I've never been a fan of football very much. I really enjoyed watching the Super Bowl every year, especially when the Cowboys and the Bills were doing their thing, like between 2 or 3 years. Would have been one of the same years that Michael Jackson did his infamous fucking Super Bowl thing. Anyways, I would watch them yearly. You would watch for the commercials. Well, now most of the commercials, if not like edited down, the basics of the commercials are put up on the fucking internet a week before Super Bowl airs. There is literally no reason for me to watch the Super Bowl anymore. Don't care. Don't care. I mean, what the fuck? I've read about and seen like almost all the commercials before the Super Bowl airs.
Yeah. I like a good Super Bowl party because I like the snacks.
That's the thing. Like, if I had friends and camaraderie and like, oh, there's gonna be nachos with meat. Okay, I'm there. Cool. There's gonna be some nice food and some bullshitting. Great. But is it gonna turn into a rowdy brouhaha? Then I'm fucking out. I'm ready to go. But yeah, I would go and do that. But again, in like the immediate area, that's not happening. That's not
Yep.
That's not happening. Which is fucked up because like it seems like everybody has like it's like this area. A lot of the people that have a lot of friends are the ones that hang out at the bars together.
Yeah, that's very true. No, I mean,
Which there's nothing wrong with that at the same time as it's like,
you
what
don't need
is
to
that
be around it right
friendship
now.
built upon? But someone we both know, they threw this person a huge David Bowie themed 40th birthday party because they know she loves David Bowie. Like the whole fucking bar participated. And she was telling me about it recently and it sounded fucking awesome. I'm like, man, I don't remember the last time anyone threw me a birthday party.
Yeah.
It's been 20 something years. And I'm not jealous necessarily, but I'm like, man, do I have to be a fucking party animal to have that kind of fucking shit in my life? Or do I just need to move to where more of my friends are? Words to think about. But on that note, it was a fun time. We are back.
Yeah.
Sorry for last week off.
Yeah, sorry.
We'll try not to let it happen again next week. And on that note, it's always a pleasure. I'm gonna leave you with Bubba saying goodbye.
Bye. I'm Bubba.
It's true, he is. Bye. I fucking did it again, man. I fucking left the goddamn chat instead of stopping the goddamn recording.